Yes, sir. And just like that, we back, baby. We are back in the building. Speaking of buildings, there's been a whole lot that has been going on recently in Frisco. I'm sure by now you have been made aware of the recent signing of Brian Schottenheimer, Matt Eberflus, and others. Nonetheless, hey, however we feel about it, this is the plate that has been prepared before us. This is the hand that we have been dealt. So I have taken it as my personal task, my job, to figure out how we can maximize this. So, hey, I appreciate y'all for coming on in. Go ahead and share it. I'm going to do the same. And y'all sit tight while your boy Amp gets right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, DJ, drop that beat for me, dog.
Twizzy is my producer. Beats all the time.
Y'all come on in. Come on in and step into the building.
Yeah.
We got a lot to talk about. Let's go.
I'm a dreamer, I'm just here to let you know. We been hustling 24/7, 365, get that dope. Don't know when I'm gonna stop, cause that paper feels so good. Turning and gripping grain.
Leather seats with the wood. Shotgun.
Windows tinted, so you know she blow me.
Shotgun.
I'm riding in the whip to the money.
Drop you off.
They come back in for the money. They call me Mr. Certified. Come and get that kid right. I'm trying to see the world, been a key. Come take a flight. I can see it now.
Amp winning a Grammy.
Haters gonna be mad.
And no, they can't stand me.
It's so cool.
I'm just repping for my team.
Check the stats, pimpin'. We playing for that rain.
No flexing. They love it. They love it. They love it. Let's go.
And they know. And they know. And they know. And they know. They love my shit. They love my shit. They love my shit. They love my shit. And they know. 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 They love my shit. They love my shit. They love my shit.
Let's go. Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, pimps and players, children of all ages. You are now tuned into yet another live edition with yours truly, Mr. Always Making Plays, and I'm glad y'all could join me on this evening. We got a lot to talk about. I see everybody coming in the building. I got my dog C. Burleson, JVB Boy. I got the star, Angie. And I got my dog, Sports Junkie and Lose Taken here. What's good with y'all, man? Hey, I'm going to tell y'all this. Amp gonna be real with y'all, and y'all know Amp is super passionate, super DC4L, diehard about the Cowboys, but I ain't gonna lie. With the recent shenanigans, and that's the best way I can call it, it has been very difficult for your boy Amp to garner up some energy. Because the more Jerry and Steven keep doing this and not doing this, they are slowly sucking the life out of Cowboy Nation, y'all. I'm so serious. It's sad. I mean, I had a talk with another true blue DC4L individual today, and I'm just seeing people who have typically always been at the front, you know what I'm saying, banging the table, beating the table, pushing their ideas out there. I am seeing people, ooh, yeah, that was worth some smoke. I ain't even called for it, but hey, it is what it is. Man, I got my dog Common Sense Lab in the building. Salute, man. But yes, they are sucking the life out of Cowboys Nation. And if you tuned in with me for my last live stream, I said it's at the point now where we're doing, or they're doing, the same business as usual. And it's getting to a point with the way that they handle their business is toxic. And what's wrong about toxins? When they stay in your body too long, what happens? It slowly starts to kill you from the inside. And that's what I'm witnessing with Cowboys Nation. I am seeing people who have been faithful year in and year out just say, you know what? I'm out. So with that being said, y'all excuse me for a minute. Amp gotta get amped. You feel me? Needed that. Especially after the work day I had. I hope y'all had a great day at work. I hope it was better than mine. But as the hat says, hey, we trying to make America's team great again. If you heard the recent rant, or whatever you want to call it, the expression of emotions or feelings from yours truly, Mr. Michael Irvin, I felt that brother and what he said. Y'all know what he said.
In 30 fucking years.
That part. And when you begin to think about that and you look at the list of teams who have been back to the championship game since we last saw it, everybody under the sun has been there. We are currently in the longest drought in your chief executive officer, with his air quotes and is making light of the situation. Now, I'm trying not to get like too far ahead of myself, but I don't know about y'all, but it's pissing me off. It's one thing, y'all. It's one thing to be the brunt of everybody's jokes in the league, from your Phillies and your Washingtons and, you know, whoever your local team might be. For me, I'm in Georgia, so it's Dirty Bird town around here, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not too far from Jacksonville either, so you got a lot of Jaguars fans. Now, they ain't got no room to talk, but they still be talking. And if all of that ain't enough, if being the mockery of the league is not enough, if the league pissing on us ain't enough, ain't enough. Jerry Jones said, R. Kelly, hold my beer. Let me show you what a real golden shower looks like. And with their comments, they continue to piss on Cowboys Nation. I'm pissed, y'all. Like, yeah, I know they moving and making hires or whatever, but I'm pissed because in one breath you say, we understand that the fans have been patient and we understand your frustrations. And low key at the same time saying, oh, we'll take a look at free agency. The fuck? Like, that should be automatic. I'm hot. I am hot. Now, am I going to? Right. You see, Sports Junkie, we here, bro. We here. I'm going to get behind the hire, but I'm looking at them real sideways right now because I'm like, bro, your actions are telling me that winning is not the top priority for you. It may be a priority, but it's not the top priority. And that's why I have a problem, because it's like, God damn it, how the saying goes, I can't want it more for you than you want it for yourself. The same way we can't want it more for the team than the players want it for themselves, or the coaching staff wants it for themselves. That's the type of crap we dealing with. And it's like they take us for a fool. I keep saying this. I went into the seafood house the other day, and I've been knowing the owner for years. So, I always get that VIP treatment when I'm in there. Everybody's like, man, the owner came out to speak to you. Yeah, we tight like that. And I've given him a lot of business over the years, especially with my previous business. For those who don't know, I used to cater. Nonetheless, you know what he said to me? Mind you, at the time I went in there, it was a little colder. This was right after our snowstorm, but I had this beanie on. And you know what he said to me? He said, "You still wearing that hat? You know how much that hurt?" Like, damn, you don't see the right note. Everybody in the league can see what's wrong with the Dallas Cowboys except Jerry and Steven. Like, they are absolutely, like, I know the word that was thrown around a lot in the press conference was deference, but the other D word that should have been talked about is goddamn delusional. How about denial? How about it? That's another D word for you. I got another one. How about dumb? Because the stuff that they say is dumb. It makes absolutely no sense. I'm not calling them dumb, but the stuff that they say is real, as my grandma would say, D-U-M-B, dumb. She used to spell it out and say it, D-U-M-B, dumb. Like, do y'all not see all this paraphernalia around here? This is stuff that I've acquired over the years because I'm that DC4L. So when I decided I wanted to start streaming and have a channel, I didn't have to go scavenge and go splurge and buy stuff. I'd already had it. But guess what? I ain't buying nothing no damn time soon. Every year for the last 4 or 5 years, with the exception of last year, I always make what I call my pilgrimage to Mecca. Once a year, I try and get to Dallas to see a game. At the very least, if I can't catch them in Dallas, then I'll try and catch them as close as possible, somewhere local like Charlotte or Atlanta or Jacksonville. Not this year. I am fed up and I am frustrated because they don't give a F about us. Feel like Michael Jackson right now. All I want to say is that they don't give a damn about us. Do they not know what we go through as fans actually defending this foolishness? And all you got to live off of and hang your hat on is what you did
in 30 fucking years
ago. It pisses me off to the core. Because when you look at the teams that we've had, the teams that they put together, now granted, I'll give them the credit. They put together what they put together, but it hasn't been enough. Todd Church was good, man. They put it together, and it's given us some success, but it ain't the type of success we're looking for. We want to be talked about for 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl. We want to be talked about as one of the best teams in the NFC. But the way that they have handled their business or not handled their business, we continue to fall short year after year, season after season. Different set of players, different set of coaches, different scheme, same goddamn result. I'm sick of that shit. I'm sorry, y'all. The more and more I think about it, I get pissed off because I'm like, you are wasting players' premium years of their career. You spend high money, you spend high dollar on it too. And that's another issue. Jerry always want to talk that talk. Oh, if I knew it was a number out there that check I could sign to guarantee me a Super Bowl, I'd do it in a heartbeat. My hand don't catch cramps writing checks. But every time it's time to start talking about some money, oh, we managed well. We managed the cap well. All of that. Why it took you so long to sign Dak? Why it took you so long to get CeeDee Lamb in training camp? Seemed like them hands catching cramps to me. I'm sick of it. I even say it out of my own mouth. And y'all, you got to understand. And this is going to be a slight pivot and segue into the first topic. But when I watched that press conference on Monday and I heard Shotty talk, I'm going to be real with y'all. It brought tears to my eyes. It did. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you know Amp, let's see. Can you see it from here? Right here, where it says Cowboys only parking, there's a picture right about there. That is a picture of me and my dad outside of AT&T Stadium. My dad's first time ever witnessing a game in Dallas. And you know what it was? My little brother was there too. He's a Bengals fan. But it was a couple of years ago, Dak's first game when he went down, and we had Cooper Rush. Now, we made it a father and son's trip. Now, the reason that was so special is because I got together with my brother and I said, you know what? Dad has been truly great to us. A couple of years back, I took him to his first NFL game, first Cowboys game, when the Cowboys came to Atlanta. We won. Last second kick, ball game, had a great time. And that was great. But I was like, man, Daddy, I done been to Dallas, man. You got to go. And he was talking slow. And I said, you know what? Damn it, we're going to go ahead and do it. And I sent them the email with the flight confirmation. He lost it. Now, that was a heartwarming moment for me because I got to give back to the individual, one, who introduced me to the game of football. Is a coach himself, by the way. But also an individual who introduced me to the Dallas Cowboys. So me and my father have a very tight bond. You know, it's almost in my older years now, it's almost like a brotherly bond. We talk, that's how our conversations are. And I hope he's watching. If not, I'm going to share it with him after we get off so he can watch it. But I always believe in giving flowers when they're due. But I said all that to say, when I watched Shotty talk about family and talk about his late father, who I actually had the pleasure to meet. I've shared that with y'all before. I put the picture up on Twitter if you want to see it. But to me, that sounded like somebody who had some extra motivation to come in here and shake things up and get the Cowboys back to where they used to be. He said, hey, my dad might have not got one, but I'm going to get one for him. I have always said, from a player's perspective, if you lack motivation and you find it hard to get up for a game, I'm going to share with y'all what my coach used to share with me. And he said, find somebody. If you don't have enough within you, find somebody to play for. Loved one, a friend, whomever. Find someone or something to play for. And I see a coach coming in here who has all of the motivation. I feel, even though he wasn't our prime candidate, I feel that Brian Schottenheimer has been groomed for this moment. He is the son of a coach. Y'all, I've shared with y'all before, as a toddler, you know what I used to do? My son has a set now that I bought for him, nostalgia moment, of alphabet blocks. And my dad shared the game with me early on a deeper level. I knew plays, I knew calls, I knew the entire route tree at an early age. So when we won that last Super Bowl, I might have been a pup, but I was definitely aware of what was going on. But I used to take those blocks and line them up, 11 on one side, 11 on the other, set the defense and the offense up, and I would take those blocks and move them and execute the plays. That's how I fell in love with football. And then I started watching the TV, and obviously my daddy always had the Cowboys on, and I was like, man, them uniforms tight. They got stars on the helmet. It's blue. It's my favorite color. And then, who is this 22? Who is this 88? And I started learning these guys, and they became my favorites. And then Prime came. Once Prime came, every single football game I ever played in after the moment that Prime came to Dallas, I wore 21. All the way up to my last game, I wore 21. No matter what position I played, I wore 21. I was a linebacker wearing 21, y'all. Just because I like that brother. Because not only did he do this, but he backed it up. And that's something that I was hoping for had he actually made it to Dallas. But Jerry and Steven do a lot of this too, but they don't back it up. And I come into work on Monday, and you know the first thing I heard? Now, we was off all last week because we had a snowstorm. So I have not seen these individuals in like 7 days. But you know the first thing that I heard when I came in is, hey, you made it out safe. You were all right. You had everything you need. No, that wasn't the first thing I heard. You know what I heard Monday when I got to work? Fly, Eagles, fly. I heard that all goddamn day. Rubbing my damn face in it. You know how that made me feel?
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
I'm not. But guess what? Normally, when stuff like that happens, Amp is able to shoot back. I fire off a couple of shots, say something, cut him at the knees, whatever. Something quick, something witty. No ammo. I have shot all the shots that I can shoot. However, with the recent hire of Shotty, it's a small bit of hope. It's a small bit of hope. Because when you really sit down and you look at him and you look at his path, or osmosis, as the Jones family would call it, how did he get to where he is? You know, we are all made up by the life experiences that we have incurred from the very beginning up until where we are right now. All of those make us who we are. And when you listen to that press conference, you heard him talk about his time in Seattle and how that was essential for his growth. being underneath Pete Carroll. You talking about championship pedigree. The fact that he was exposed to football from an early age, and then they asked him the question, when did you start thinking that you wanted to be a head coach in the National Football League? And you know what he said? He said, I wrote it down on a card and I used to keep it in my wallet back when I was playing ball at the University of Florida. Backing up Danny Werfel during their championship run. See, he's a champion. Maybe not in NFL, but he can still say he's a champion. He has a winning mentality. And then some of the things that I really liked about what he said is he started talking about relationships and dealing with people. That is not to be taken lightly. We have said, others have said, y'all have said, one of the characteristics we wanted in our new coach was somebody who could be what? A leader of men. You saw almost the whole offense there to support him. That spoke volumes. They didn't get paid. That wasn't a paid situation for them. They didn't get no check for being there on Monday. They could have been doing anything. They're on vacation. As everybody else says, y'all been in Cancun. Not those guys. You know why? Because they believe in Shotty. They also wanted to make a statement by showing that not only did we say we would be cool with Shotty, but we're showing by our presence here on the day that we will do what we can to support Shotty. See, that's the stuff I like. Sticking your neck out there for another man. They could have been doing anything else. That could have been making another baby for all we know. You know, whatever. A lot of other things he could have been filming another Chunky Soup commercial or another Sleep Number bed commercial. And if any representatives from those companies should happen to see this, you can reach me at $AMPD Sports, okay? Now, they could have been anywhere else. As Jay-Z said, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Just like the chat. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. You're here talking about Dallas Cowboys because as ugly as things have been, y'all are still locked in. But it's like, goddamn, y'all give me something. Now, there are multiple ways that people are feeling about the situation. Some have checked out altogether. I too was there. I said, you know what? Depending on how things go, I might just take a step back. Am I going to love another organization? Hell to the no. As Whitney would say. Hell to the no. But I will be a casual spectator from afar. Because it gets to a point when you're in a relationship and you're dealing with people, you might have to take a step back. How the saying goes, I'm going to love them from a distance. That's the direction that a lot of Cowboy fans have taken. That's the stance that they have taken. Man, I love my boys, but I'm going to take a step back. I found out my cousin, diehard Cowboys fan, this man got an Eagles jersey with his goddamn name stitched on the back. I'm hurt. I couldn't even call him to ask him. Like, damn, because they pushed him off the damn cliff. It gets to a point to where you get tired, you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. But the most frustrating part is Jerry and Steven have not gotten sick and tired enough. Yeah, I know we hadn't won any Super Bowls since the salary cap. No shit, Sherlock. Y'all killing me, man. Give me something to hang my hat on. No, I'm not putting all my eggs in the goddamn draft basket. I'm not going to do it. You saw the show last night with Boss Cowboy, and he pointed out Patrick No-C Walker's question, an amazing question. And they just want to glide and slide past these pressing topics. Hello, McFly, inquiring minds want to know, sir. I used to feel good when I used to talk to my Cowboys family, my homeboys and homegirls and things of that nature. Every time we talk now, it's like we getting prepared for a damn funeral. Every news story, every topic, every video highlight, every snippet, every excerpt is like another piece added to this damn eulogy of a dying fan base. I'm sick of it. But I ain't going to keep complaining and not doing nothing about it. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I just had this epiphany of something that just dropped into my spirit. Man, I got Auntie in here. Auntie Sadiqa, y'all know her. Salute. Love you, Auntie. I appreciate you for joining tonight. Now, I had this, and I hate the fact that I had to use this color because I really despise this color with the exception of the money that stuffs my pockets. But I said, you know what? I witnessed what happened with hashtag no Kellen Moore. And again, each and every one of y'all that's in here, I know y'all were beating the table. I'm clapping it up for y'all, and I salute y'all. Because guess what? We needed it. Was not prepared to do that for another 4 or 5 years. I was out on that. Like, if they had made that move, oh, I would have stepped back for real. I would have definitely loved them from a distance. But that just goes to show you, your voice matters. Your feelings matter. Because, see, when we speak with one loud voice, they listen. They hear us. Because at the end of the day, as I've said before, the bottom line is the bottom line. It's all fun and games until you start tapping and hitting them pockets. Damn, decrease in revenue sales, decrease in ticket sales. They talking. But we were loud. Loud again about Jason Witten. We ain't with it. But it got me to thinking. Those situations and others in the past, when Cowboys Nation has been unanimous and spoken with one voice, they listen. So it got me to thinking. I saw what we did last year, and I saw how the fans reacted to the season, right? I'm guilty too. I'm not just preaching at y'all. I'm preaching to myself as well. But when I looked at things, I said, man, you know what? We were all pretty optimistic about the outlook of the season, and obviously we didn't know the injuries were going to hit the way that they did, but it did. But when you look at things and how they unfolded, I felt that Cowboys Nation did the team a disservice, and I'm going to tell you why. I felt like we got too loud about the product on the field a little too late. And so that has given me the nugget that was dropped in my spirit. The Dallas Cowboys fan base and management need to develop what I call a green thumb. Now, whenever you hear the term green thumb, it's always related to what? Being able to grow things, being able to plant things. I have a pretty decent green thumb. My grass is brown right now, but hell, we in the middle of winter, so it is what it is. But for those who know, and just like you hear the Joneses say, player acquisition is a 365 day a year situation. And I agree, it is. You should always be thinking about how to build and improve the roster. But the reason I say the green thumb is because you got people who approach lawns in the maintenance of lawns in different ways. You got some people who, they'll cut it. They might not water it, but they'll keep it cut. They'll keep it lined up, edged up, all that good stuff, right? And then they see some weeds and, oh, God, I got to go pluck that. Ooh, I got to pull that out. Ooh, I need to go get my weed tool and pull all of that stuff up out the ground. It's making my yard look bad, right? But that's one type of weed killer solution. But that's on the back end. That's after you see them. My father taught me a long time ago, there's this little thing, if you know, like I know, when you're dealing with yard maintenance, you go in Home Depot, your Lowe's, your big box stores, or your local home and garden center, they got this thing called pre-emergent. And what pre-emergent is it's a weed killer as well, but it also promotes the growth of the yard. And what it does is it lies there and attacks the weed before they even break the surface. So Cowboys fans, we have to develop our green thumb. See, we partially did it last week. When we said hashtag no Kellen Moore, that was before he got here. See, that was before that root had a chance to develop and poke through the surface and start killing the grass. We got to do that with all of the other things as it relates to the Dallas Cowboys. See, we should have been laying down pre-emergent last offseason when we knew that Mike McCarthy was going to be the play caller again. See, during the season, boss, myself, Coach Marv, when y'all watched the watch party, we were going, y'all know we were looking at the stats and checking out the balance and all of that. And that's great. And we need to continue to do that. However, we got to get loud about the team that we want now, what we want it to look like. So we got to lay out some more pre-emergent, if you will, so that these nasty weeds that pop up season after season won't stand a chance against the grass known as Cowboys Nation. That's what we have to do. So right now, at this moment, I'm going to go ahead and pitch out the first pre-emergent that I'm thinking of. And I'm sure once I do this, y'all have got some others. And if you feel like it's some things that you do not want to see in 2025, go ahead and put it in the chat right now. If it's something that, oh man, I don't want to see this again no more, go ahead and put it in the chat. Let your Cowboys homeboys and homegirls know what you do not want to see in 2025. Because I for damn sure don't want to see Dak throwing it 40, 50 times again. That ain't him. That ain't his game. Has he done it before? Yeah. But I don't want to make that a constant. That's not the way Amp wants to play ball. And the reason Amp doesn't want to play ball like that is because he's not successful when we play ball like that. The first pre-emergent that I'm going to lay down, because, the coaching staff is being named right now and all of that. That's well and good. I know we're going to be looking, there at the Shrine Bowl. The game is in another 2 days, Thursday night, if I'm not mistaken. They're looking at prospects and whatnot, and Will McClay's down there doing his thing. But guess what? After the draft this season, Will McClay's contract expires. And I think we all will agree, you and I both know.
I know the truth, not so do you. How?
Without Will McClay, the Dallas Cowboys instantly become the Cleveland Browns. We instantly become the Tennessee Titans. We instantly become the Jacksonville Jaguars. We instantly become the New York Jets without Will McClay. So it's time to lay some pre-emergent down, y'all. because I don't want them to feel comfortable enough to think, oh, Will has shown us enough over the course of the years. I think we've pretty much learned his ways. Let's go ahead and slide Jerry Jr. on up in that director of player personnel position. Hell to the no. Because you know why? How long has it been?
In 30 fucking years.
Now ain't the time to play with that. That is one of the constants in this organization that has helped to keep us relevant. You take Will McClay away, we become irrelevant. Jerry, Steven, I know y'all pride yourselves on being relevant and hanging around the rim, but you would be lying to your damn self if you say you can continue to be relevant without Will McClay. Okay. Time out. Okay, I'm going back. Okay, let me address this chat. I was on the soapbox. I had to spill it, y'all. See, iRock in here. Chad Wilson, appreciate you for joining us. Angie still hanging on. She cooking dinner, y'all. What's for dinner, Angie? That's what inquiring minds want to know. What's for dinner? Rich Lloyd's in here. He said, y'all know how they think. They gotta pay Micah. Anything else, they're shopping at Walmart. Now stop right there. Rich Lloyd, I appreciate you for going ahead and putting that name out there. Micah Parsons. Now y'all heard them say the other day. Talk about the fact that it obviously took a while to get Dak and CD signed, right? So don't make the same damn mistake again. Because Micah, I feel like if he ain't paid by the time training camp happens, he's going to pull a CD too. One thing we know about Micah, he going to work out by his damn self. He's done it for OTAs for the last couple of years. Micah don't mind working out by himself. And we know Micah is a generational talent. He feels he's a generational talent. At times he's shown that he's a generational talent. Don't play with that. You're getting a new defensive coordinator. Shout out to Eberflus. Coming in. So we had a new defensive coordinator last year and Micah missed some quality time. Don't do that again this year with your new defensive coordinator. Have the GOAT sense God gave you to learn from your mistakes from last offseason, last training camp. Don't do it again. Jeezy, please don't do it. And I don't want to hear that, oh, it's less pie to go around. We already cut Dak a slice, a CD a slice. Man, damn that. And furthermore, quit playing around. Go ahead and hit the goddamn button. Yes, hit the button. If you got to come up some more cheese to a little bit more incentives or whatever to mellow out these contracts so that you got some more cap space to work with, damn it, do it. Because, see, I feel like they used that as a damn crutch and an excuse last year to not bring nobody on. Y'all tell me if I'm lying. Oh, Chad, I'm getting to that. Yes, I definitely do have an opinion on Eberflus. Y'all sit tight. Y'all sit with me. I'm getting there. But they use these things as excuses to not do what everybody knows that they should do. Oh, see, because you go look right now, they only got a couple of $1 million to work with. But we know that they go ahead and move some things around or whatever. It's all up. All you're doing is playing musical chairs with the money. That's all you really doing. Because they have to spend a certain amount. But when you can make that certain amount available now, you do so. You worry about tomorrow. The good book tells us that. Let the things of tomorrow take care of tomorrow. We living in right now. Tomorrow ain't promised. And Jerry and his lack of respect for time just kills me, because again, I said it a couple of times now, or I'm sorry, Michael has said it a couple of times now, but how long has it been, y'all?
In 30 fucking years.
So that's why we got to get proactive. We can't wait till the season comes and start bitching and complaining about what Jerry and Steven ain't doing. We gotta start doing it now. See, we followed them. Y'all ain't just became Dallas Cowboys fans within the last 2 or 3 years. Y'all been Dallas Cowboys fans. We know the shenanigans they do. Sometimes you got two options. You could either work with somebody or you work around somebody. And we know Jerry and Steven ain't about to change no time soon. So we got to figure out ways to work around them. So that's why you got a latest pre-emerging out now to stop and prevent the weeds that creep up in the season. Now, as it pertains to Eberflus, I'm going to tell y'all while I'm excited. If you just tuning in, you missed what I said earlier. I gave a snippet without even y'all catching it, but I played linebacker, y'all. And when you look at Eberflus's track record, everywhere he has gone, his linebackers have absolutely thrived. Now, I know we'll be without Overshown pretty much this year, but doggone it, Leah Fowl stepped up. Don't know if we'll retain Kendricks. We probably won't, considering the fact that Zimmer's not returning. I hated the fact that Zimmer's not returning, but considering what we've done with Eberflus, I think we can make some things shake. Now, that's going to be dependent upon how we replenish this depth. Okay, Sam's coming back, but I don't want to put too much weight on Sam early. Nealon showed some things. Some other guys on the defense showed us some things. They showed us some potential. They showed us some promise. We just have to continue the second half of draft and develop. You draft them, now you got to continue to develop. We saw Mozzie Smith take a step this year. Imagine if he had Zim his first year, what he would be looking like now. And the other half of the battle was just pure conditioning. Because y'all will agree, Mozzie at the beginning of the season did not look like Mozzie at the second half of the season. He got his legs up under him. He got his wind up under him. He was starting to come into his own and feel more comfortable about playing that defensive tackle position. Oh, okay. I got you. I peep. I'll take care of it after the show. You got it, Auntie. Yeah, my girl, she been deserved one. You're right. Shame on me. But yes, Eberflus is a good defensive coordinator. And when you look at that, first off, now I know it's a comfortable hire, it's a familiar hire. But this hire has some potential. Really and truthfully, we should have never let him walk out the door in the first place. And I'm not really looking at what took place in Chicago because of Chicago, y'all. I'm just keeping it all the way funky. It's Chicago. So I'm grain of salt. Seriously. But when he was a true defensive coordinator or a linebackers coach, if you will, the last time he was here, you know who he touched? Rolando McClain, Sean Lee. I know y'all hate when people say his name, Jalen Smith. Like he was doing his doggone, as Lil Scrappy would say, thiz naive with them linebackers. And to me, that's the core of your defense. That's the central part of your defense. It also was responsible for the position who actually calls the plays out on the field. So if that's going to be the case, I want somebody who is close and who pays very close attention and has the linebacker position near and dear to his heart. Now, all of your sub coaches outside of that are going to be essential too in helping support him and his vision for the defense. But I believe that Eberflus is one. He's also a Marinelli guy. And if you like Marinelli, you know that Eberflus is going to have this defense hustling. At times, we didn't always see that with DQ. But when Zim got here, he, old school coach, He demanded a certain level of hustle. Playing your assignment. No hero ball. I can get down with that. That is something I can work with. And I think the players will respect him for his experience and the things that he's done as a coach throughout the league. Now, I know they said Shotty's going to be calling plays or whatever, right? But I'm still looking sideways at who his potential OC or assistant OC is going to be. I know he's going to be head coach and I know he's going to be OC, but it is going to be imperative that they have somebody there to assist him. From what I've heard, that's going to be the plan. You know, somebody to kind of play the role that he did, help him, you know, scheme from week to week and help him strengthen his strengths and address his weaknesses in areas where, you know, the team may fall short from time to time. But he's going to need that individual who can help him. Because with all the coaching experience he's had, he hasn't been the head guy calling the shots, if you will. And I'm confident that he can do it, but I just don't want to overload him in year one. I want this to be as smooth of a transition as possible. Because if it's not, and there's too much pressure on him, and he's fumbling, trying to juggle all of the things that he needs to do as a head coach, it's going to show. It's going to show. So it is imperative that we rally around him. It is imperative that the Jones family, as much as they talked, as well as they talked about him, and they threw some shots at Shotty, if you will, because his daddy would have wanted him. Man, shut the and this damn deference. Killing me. Washington. New staff, new players, new ownership. In a year's time, they were able to rectify a whole lot of things and got all the way to the NFC Championship game. Washington was able to do something, y'all, that we have not done
in 30 fucking years.
You know how that made me sick to my stomach to have to witness Philly in Washington. It was a lose-lose situation as far as I was concerned, because one of them was going to have to go to the Super Bowl. But the difference is they gave their staff not only the keys to the whip, but they gave them a full tank of gas. See, we like to toss our coaches the keys, or we'll toss them the spare that's got a chip in it, and you got to keep jingling it and shifting it to get it into the hole to get the doggone thing turned over. You look at the damn gas tank, it's a notch above E. Where the hell we going? Where are we going? You know where we going. One and done. Get to the division round, trip up, fumble. Why? Shit, we ain't had enough gas. You look at all these other teams who were in the mix late this season. What did they do before they made their run? They gassed up the damn car. You got some organizations, they went and got a full tune-up. They got a new brake job, new tires, oil change, filled up the tank, and washed the car before they took their trip. We be lucky if they hang a Christmas tree up in the damn window. And you want to joke and make light of
in 30 fucking years.
They sicken me. Because my thing is, guess what, bruh? If you feel like this ain't for you no more, you have already laid an amazing legacy as far as pro football is concerned. Man, go ahead and turn it in, man. Sell the damn team. If, as Fantasia said, if you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself, Jerry and Steven. If that's how you really feel, if this ain't where your heart is at anymore, then go ahead and free Cowboys Nation. Go ahead and turn loose them damn keys. Cut the light off. Put the for sale sign up and go ahead and do it. But don't play with us, man. Like, got us out here like we stuck in some kind of abusive relationship. That ain't how we rock, man. And everywhere, every public place we go, we got to defend ourselves. We got to question if we want to wear Cowboys paraphernalia. I ain't with it no more. Enough is enough. Jerry and Steven, I see y'all. And I hope you see me. And I hope you see this fan base. And I hope you see the fans that you are losing. And I hope it makes you get right before you get left. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good becomes your better and your better becomes your best. Until next time, Cowboys Nation, y'all be blessed. Because I'm just trying to make America's team great again.
In 30 fucking years.